in this scenario, we've got one of these classical fences. On the other side is a potential abode. Now, I'm not going to show you any of it because it's irrelevant. I'm going to simply instruct you on how to get through this fence in the most timely and efficient manner. Note that when you do this, you only commence the process of cutting the fence when you can establish that nobody else is looking. Keeping in mind, you're not doing this for legitimate purposes, you're doing it for survival purposes. So you've established the fact that nobody else is looking. You've got tree cover, like I have, and you've picked a corner. Corner being the best because it's where people least expect a cut to be later on, so you can keep accessing the same doorway, so to speak, when you want to enter your abode. So this is one of the reasons you keep a Leatherman. Okay, I've just quickly whacked out my Leatherman and opened it for the fence cutting part, because this thing will just cut fence after fence after fence. It is hardly likely to go blunt. It's a very, very efficient fence cutting tool for when you need it. Mind you, you're only going to need to cut the fence once every year or two. Not every abode has this. This just happens to be a place that has a fence, which has a potential place I can stay at on the other side, me being homeless. So, you know, I'm not talking about, yeah, this will fucking cut a fence every few days. You don't need to cut a fence every few days because most houses that you'd stay in probably don't have this fence. But if they do, this is your protocol. Now, note that most people have, you've got to have a strong grip to cut the fence with this, but most men, at least most men I know, have a strong enough grip to cut the fence. Me, I can just go through it like butter. So you'd start here and watch, bang. Then you'd keep going along that line. I'm just gonna do this slowly. So I've done it again, you can hear it go off. What you're doing is, you're going in a crisscross pattern. You're going from that one to that one. Well, I'll put the light on so you can see properly. You're going from that one to that one to that one to that one to that one until you get to the bottom. I'll try to do this as fast as I can. Hopefully no one is looking. I'll be in shit. But I need a place to fucking stay. I'm fucked. See? I'm doing this with the phone in my hand, so it's a little bit harder because I'm not balancing this thing properly. There we go. I'm almost at the bottom. So I would keep on going to the bottom. I should, but I don't need to because I'm not going to stay in this place tonight. I may later. And then what happens is you go across this way. You keep going bang, 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 bang. The same crisscross manner but horizontally. So just to start off, bang, 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 bang. See how it's now doing this? Eventually, if you do that all the way there, you've got a little door, especially if I did it all the way to the bottom. All that would come off, and I could just go bang, in and out. And what I would do is keep a little tie here, even if it's one of these, and I play around with it. I would keep a little tie here, just so when I'm not using it, this is connected to this, and it stays like that, it stays taut, and people can't see the hole. Now, I'm not going to cut it the whole way through. This video is purely demonstration, because if for some reason I don't end up using this place, I don't want to sabotage it. It's not my intention. My intention for me purely is to have a homeless place to stay, being homeless, and for you, so to give you a demonstration on how easy it is to cut through these things with your handy Leatherman, which is an essential tool, an essential item, not a survival essential. Don't get confused between the difference, but an essential tool to procure an essential survival facet, that being shelter. So you should have this. It does many wonders, and this being one of them. And it will just slice through that, and bang, you've got your door. And as said, once you've done that, you put the tie there. So if anybody comes, they're oblivious to the fact somebody's been in here. It will just look like the fence as usual from far. They're not even going to bother I mean, they'd have to be very pedantic and meticulous to do that. And very rarely is there a camera fixed on the corner of a fucking fence. So that's the way for you to get in when there's a fence like this. It's that easy.